Alright, yo, what is up, guys? Back with another deck profile. This time we're doing Tri-Brigade with DPE, obviously. I feel like you kind of need to play DPE right now. It's just too insane. Like, any deck that can play it should play it. This deck's still very good. I would say it's still, like, it's probably tier 2-ish. I wouldn't say it's, like, higher than that. You know, if you're playing the bird up version, I think it's a little better. But I get it's kind of like preference really, but I prefer the more control based version of this deck. Okay, so go ahead and get started. Triple fractal, obviously. Like all the main engine ones, triple kit, triple Nerval, and then double Keros. I know I see some builds play 3, which is like, I can definitely understand the reasoning behind it. You just want to see like Tri-Brigade names, and like Keros is your only extender, so like if you open up like Keros, Fractal, and like Nerval or Kit, like that's a pretty solid hand. You're gonna be able to play through hand traps with that kind of hand. But opening like double Keros, for example, or Keros plus a bunch of other like hand traps or whatever, it literally does nothing. So, you know, I think 2 is fine too. And then triple cat. So I'm like on the fence about this card. Like it's kind of like tour guide, right? For BA, if this card gets like hand trap, like you're gonna pass turn, you're not doing anything. But if you resolve it, it's very strong. Plus it's just another beast to discard off like Keros, which is like, you know, it's not that bad. But if this card sticks on the field, it's full combo, or it can be a 1-card Zeus if you want it to be. This card kind of like, it serves the same function as like the Zodiac engine did. You know, when Tri-Brigade was still playing the Zodiac engine. I don't know, I'm still kind of on the fence about this card. Like, sometimes I'm like, man, I could just be playing more hand traps or like other tech cards over this, but Cat is still good. Like, you can still extend, like this can still bait out hand traps. You can like summon it, and then if you have Keros in hand, you can like summon this, they hand trap it, whatever, and then you go for Keros and then continue your plays from there. So it's not that bad. Like, Cat is still it's still good, but I'm like still on the fence about it. For hand traps, we play, you know, quite a lot. So triple Gamma along with the driver. I feel like Gamma's definitely necessary in this deck, because let's say you normal summon Cat, you know, send it to graveyard's cost, and then they try to like ash it. You can go, you know, Gamma, summon out driver, and then you get your effect, plus you get 2 bodies on field. Oops, sorry. But like, I feel like this is really good with Cat just for like those interactions. So like if they hand trap your Cat, you can, you know, go for Gamma as long as it's not like Imperm or something. And then for other, you know, Ash, very generic, good for rogue decks really. I feel like that's one of the, I don't know if I said this in my last profile with Salamangreat, or if it was Burning Abyss I said it, but I feel like any deck that can squeeze like at least 10 to 12 hand traps is gonna be really good, just because of how the format is shaping up. Like if you can play like anywhere from 15 to 20 of your engine cards, right, because that's all you really need, and then the rest is just tech cards and hand traps, like you're honestly set. You're gonna be, your deck's in a better spot than any other deck that can't squeeze that many non-engine cards. Double Ogre, of course. This probably one of the best hand traps right now. I know I keep saying that like in every profile, but you know, with the brave stuff or the adventure stuff, I mean, running rampant in the format, like you absolutely need to be playing Ghost Ogre in the deck. One Ghost Spell. I really want to play 2 in this deck. I do side the second one, but I would like to play 2 or even 3 of this, just because like Prank Kids is like exploding right now. It's pretty insane. Like Prank Kids is like probably really popular right now, probably the most popular deck right now, and Ghost Ball is really good against that deck. So yeah, just this card's also really good against DPE, right? And DPE is like running rampant as well. You know, DPE plus Prank Kids, this card's really good against. But for now, just playing the 1, setting the second. Double Nib. Card is really good, very high impact, obviously. This plus Ogre is like really strong, or this plus Imperm, for example. You're gonna stop like every deck pretty much. Or you're gonna be able to like stun every deck. And then of course the DPE stuff, or the DPE monsters, I should say. And that's pretty much it for the hand traps. I believe it's like, oh, we still have like more hand traps. Okay, so obviously the double fusion destiny, not much explaining to do there. And then the double chalice. I feel like in Tri-Brigade, chalice is a little better than droplet. The argument can go either way. Like, yes, droplet is still, it's more versatile than chalice is, but chalice still serves the same function. Plus in Tri-Brigade, like, you know, managing your hand resources is a little more important than, say, like Burning Abyss or like Salamangreat. You know, you like in Salamangreat you can pitch Jaguar or Falco, Spinny, and like it doesn't really matter. But in this deck, like sometimes you want your Tri-Brigade resources in hand. So I don't know. It's like there's an argument for both sides, but I think for now chalice is a little better, just because you don't have to, you know, send away resources, which is like the main thing, the main argument. But again, it's totally up to personal preference. Chalice is also, you know, good for us budget players. Okay, and then for the one-ofs, 1 Tenki, 1 Foolish, and then Called By, obviously. So Foolish and Tenki obviously are just other 1-card starters, or they get you 2 your starters, and Called By is Called By, just lets you pretty much stop any hand trap, or almost any hand trap. And then I play double Revolt and then triple Imperm, rounding up for the last hand trap. I believe hand traps, I believe it's either 12 or 13. It's quite a lot though. Revolt, you can certainly play 3. Like, it is nice if you hard draw into this. It is good if you like hard draw into Revolt, but honestly, I just wanted more room for other hand traps and or tech cards, really, which is why I opted to just play 2. You only need 1 to win the game most of the time, but it is nice to have that second one. And yeah, I don't know, not really much else to say. I feel like 2 Revolt is good. You can play 3 if you want, like I said, you know, solely up to personal preference. Like, when it comes to deck building, a lot of stuff is like very subjective, or whatever suits your playstyle, or like, you know, your locals, stuff like that. So always like take into consideration like your meta landscape, or, you know, the decks that you play against. So always keep those things in mind. Okay, so for the extra deck, Almirage, this is good for like your brick hands, where you open up like Kit plus Nerval, or just Nerval or Kit. Like, you absolutely need to have Almirage for those like wonky hands. Double Fergie, Double's really important because this is like whoa. Double Fergie is really important because it's basically how you end on your Anaconda plus your Bear Broom, and then with the DPE, like this is gonna be your main card to end on that board. And then this card's also important for like when you wanna, if you play Appaloosa, to go into Appaloosa plus Revolt. Bear Broom, obviously you need, this card's really good. In like a dedicated pair build, I would for sure would play like 2 of these along with the triple Revolt. Anaconda. And then its discard effect to special back Tri-Brigade is also really good. I don't use that effect that much, but when it does come up, it's really good. So Anaconda, obviously, because we do play DPE. Double Dragon Lords, just a good interruption, really, when you end on, like, when you have the, like I said, those awkward hands. Plus, if you're grinding out, like, just having a quick effect bounce is pretty solid. Doom Eagle, it's basically Fiend Griefing on legs, and then if your opponent doesn't have a monster in the graveyard, it doubles its attack, so it's a 4800 beat stick. Pretty good. And then Rugal, it's basically your 1-card access code. Well, it helps you climb into access code. Plus, it's not too bad if it sticks around. Like, let's say you summon this off of Revo on your opponent's turn. If they don't kill a monster, you get it back to your hand, so it lets you kind of recycle resources. And then double Shirig. I really want to play 3 of this, to be honest. Like, I go into this card like quite a bit whenever I play this deck, so but the 3rd one doesn't come up enough for me to say, okay, I want to put the 3rd one in, but it comes up enough to where like I do want it. So I don't know, I might consider playing a 3rd one in the future, but 2 is good for now, in all honesty. Plus the extra deck space is kind of tight. Access code, of course, gonna be playing every extra deck ever. And then I do play like a small Zeus package with the Sky Cavalry Downer and then Zeus. So this card's pretty nice. Because as long as it has a material, it can't die by battle. So you could just literally attack, doesn't matter, go into Zeus, and then wipe their board. So pretty good card. It allows you to, turns Rescue Cat into a 1-card access code. I mean, a 1-card Zeus. And then we have the 1 Phoenix Enforcer, of course, absolutely busted card. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the side deck. My side deck's kind of like all over the place right now, but, bear with me here. Starting off, we have Triple Lancia. Of course, one of the best hand traps of the format. I do see people main deck it, but I don't think this card is worth main decking, unless your locals is like a ton of Phantom Knights, a ton of Adventure, and like maybe Tri-Brigade. Like Lancia's good against Tri-Brigade too. Like if you see a bunch of those kinds of decks, then you could probably main deck it, but I think it's safe in the side. Because like there's a lot of matchups where this card just isn't good against. So I don't know. It's preference really, but I don't think Lancia is worth main decking personally. The second bell, like I said, I really want to play this in the main, or a second one in the main, but like deck space is so tight, especially like I want to keep it to 40. Oh right, another thing I wanted to mention is I really want to play Designator, like at least a couple copies in the main deck, but like I said, deck space is just so tight. Like I don't even know what to cut. Like, I feel like everything is clean. It's nice. I've considered it in the side too, but like I said, I don't really know. I feel like everything is like really clean, very nice. Triple Cyclone, pretty good even against the base deck. Like that way you can hit Scythe and stuff. So I definitely think Cyclone is mandatory in like every side deck right now. It's just more ways to stop Scythe, really. And then I do play the Sanctum plus Scythe package. People don't expect this, and it's honestly really good. Like, just having a Floodgate turn skip is like really insane. So you absolutely have to maximize on 3, because how else are you gonna see it? This is for like when you go first, obviously. So Sanctum with the Scythe is just busted, honestly. Very good. And then I do play 2 D barriers, so we essentially have 5 Floodgates, right? Or 6 even, because even if you draw the Scythe, as long as you're able to make a DPE, you can still pop it on your opponent's turn, and it's still like insane, honestly. So being able to have like 6 Floodgates is really good. So like obviously a turn skip, and then D barrier, depending on the deck, is basically a turn skip. And then with the whole Despia branded, when that structure deck comes out, like this card is gonna be even better. And then lastly, double evenly. Just for, you know, going second. Good going second card. And that pretty much concludes the deck profile. I feel like Tri-Brigade is still a very good deck. I just don't see that many people on it right now. I think it's mostly because people have kind of moved on to like the newer stuff, the newer decks, plus the whole adventure engine and whatnot. So people are more like focused on those new archetypes. But Tri-Brigade is still insane, still very good. And once like the whole adventure stuff, it will get hit eventually, you know, not anytime soon, but at some point, then I can definitely see Tri-Brigade like taking the crown again. As like, it's not, I don't think this deck's ever going to be tier 1 again, but it's going to be a solid tier 2 deck for a while, I think. So yeah, that was the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like, subscribe, and consider hitting the notification bell. And I hope you all have a great day.